Chesterfields are much milder, with an extraordinarily good taste and no unpleasant aftertaste. They satisfy millions.
Sound off! Sound off! Sound off for Chesterfield. Good evening, folks. A big hello. We're here to start the Crosby Show. There's lots of laughs and plenty of fun, so settle back with a milder one. Sound off for Chesterfield. Sound off for Chesterfield. Try you back to Chesterfields and do it today. Someone waits for me.
This is Ken Carpenter. Welcome you to the Bing Crosby Show for Chesterfield. Produced and transcribed in Hollywood with John Scott Trotter and his orchestra, Judd Collins of the Bears, and Bing's guests, Mr. Humphrey Bogart and Miss Lauren Bacall. Now,
really?
Yes, really.
Surprise to me.
You haven't seen them at all?
No.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, with St. Patrick's Day just a few days away, we'd like to present a man who wears the green and sings with a groan, Bing Crosby.
Hey. Yes, sir, Ken, you are. You're right. St. Patrick's Day will soon be upon us. I tell you, we used to have some real St. Patrick's Day parties when I was a kid up in Spokane.
Really?
Oh.
What'd you do at the parties?
Oh, we'd all gather over at somebody's house, push back the furniture, roll back the rugs, and fight.
Sounds jolly. Well, Bing, they have lots of St. Patrick's Day parties right here in Hollywood. Doesn't Pat O'Brien throw a big party every year?
Oh, he throws a wing-ding, I want to tell you. The whole mob gets together at O'Brien's. Frank McHugh, Bill Gargan, Dave Butler, Jimmy Cagney, Leo McCary, Leo Fitzgerald, Jack O'Melveny, and Joe DiMaggio.
Joe DiMaggio?
Yes, he comes in
I thought the party was just for the Irish. How'd he get in there?
Oh, he makes wonderful meatballs.
Bing, tell me more about Pat O'Brien's affair. What time does the St. Pat's party usually break up?
Well, I'll give you a rough idea, Ken. Last year, when I left O'Brien's house after the party, I passed a vacant lot, and I saw a fella putting up a fireworks stand. Quite a party. Say, Ken, we've sort of been talking along the Irish vein. I think it might be a good time to spring a new Irish tune. This was written by Mr. Preston Foster, eminent actor of the films. You were acquainted with him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And Perry Bodkin, our guitar player, wrote the melody. It's called Two Shillelagh O'Sullivan. This is Irish with sort of a Western decor. John O'Scott, are you ready? Ah, he was a mighty man. Listen to what I'm telling you now. Mighty, mighty man. There's many a man that rode a horse across the western plain. There's never been one like the Irishman. O'Sullivan was his name. He never packed the shooting iron. The need he never felt. With two shillelaghs always there, hanging on his belt. Oh, yippee-ki-yo, big order and yippee-ki-yo. Two shillelagh O'Sullivan, he'll give any man a go. Oh, the shillelagh. Of course, you know what we call it, don't you? The Tipperary rifle. You never have to reload it. This bronco-busting Irishman from the side of Erin's Isle was after living peaceful like he always wore a smile. But when the smile was leaving him, in a fight he'd come unwound. Bad cess to any crossing him, they'd wind up on the ground. Oh, yippee-ki-yo, yippee-ki-yo, big order and yippee-ki-yo. Two shillelagh O'Sullivan, he'd give any man a go. Why, he was so strong, O'Sullivan, he could put his right hand in his own left hip pocket, and he could hold himself out at arm's length.
No man can do that.
It's O'Sullivan I'm talking about.
Oh, well, he could.
Now go on deck and sit down. Across the range from morn till night, he rode for days and days, a-fixing fences here and there, and a-picking up the strays. A cattle spread he really built, as big as Ireland, where he could range 1,000,000 head, and a shamrock be his friend. Oh, yippee-ki-yo, yippee-ki-yo, big order and yippee-ki-yo. Two shillelagh O'Sullivan, he'd give any man a go. packing this heaven, but hold the shoes to boot.
Oh, to Jaleel Sullivan.
Now, if you're ever riding to the sagebrush wilderness and you suddenly come upon acres and acres of shamrock sprinkled with stardust, then you'll be after knowing that you've just arrived at the O'Sullivan spread, known as the Lazy Leprechaun. Stop in, won't you? Have a cup of tea. Tequila, that is. The mask is off. Yes, the mask is off in cigarette advertising. Chesterfield is the first to name all its ingredients, and here they are.
Chesterfield uses the right combination of the world's best tobaccos, pre-tested by laboratory instruments for the most desirable smoking qualities, and kept tasty and fresh by the only tried and tested moistening agents, proved by over 40 years of continuous use in USA tobacco products as entirely safe for use in the mouth. Pure natural sugars and chemically pure, harmless, and far more costly glycerol. Nothing else. You can be glad if you smoke Chesterfields, because they give you every advantage known to modern science.
For you, this means that Chesterfields are much milder with an extraordinarily good taste, and no unpleasant aftertaste, all for your smoking pleasure and protection. They satisfy millions. A little earlier in the program, we made an announcement which was received with more than the usual enthusiasm when we indicated that our guests for this evening were going to be Mr. Humphrey Bogart and Miss Lorraine Bacall. That's the attractive couple who paid us a visit just 1 month ago, I believe. I'm happy now to report the arrival of the first of our guests. Here, ladies and gentlemen, then, is the very charming actress, the very charming, delightful lady, Miss Lorraine Bacall.
Hello, Bing.
You're very nice to visit us again, Lorraine.
No, Bing, let's not be formal.
Formal?
I thought we agreed the last time I was here that you'd call me by my nickname.
Well...
Why can't you call me baby?
I intended to call you baby, but I always forget.
But why?
Well, I guess because I'm just not used to girl babies.
I understand, Bing.
Well, I'll never understand it. But tell me, baby...
There, you said it.
Uh-huh. I did it. I got away with it. Tell me, baby, how's Humphrey getting along now?
Well, not so good.
What's the matter with
Bing,
Bogey?
you should never have let him sing on your program last month.
What happened?
Well, he now firmly believes that he's America's next great crooner.
Well, it's an open field.
Well, in an open field, he doesn't sound bad.
I see what you did.
Oh, but in the house, it's awful.
Why, you're not serious. I can't believe that this boy thinks he's got a voice. Is it honest?
Yeah, and every night he insists on going into the nursery and singing Little Stevie to sleep.
And does the baby like it?
No, I don't think so. When Bogey is singing, he curls up into a ball and sticks the end of his diapers in his ears.
You've got a serious problem. Outside of annoying the baby, what other singing does Bogey do?
Well, he always sings in the shower.
You've lost him. He's gone.
He spends hours in there, and he's so silly. He rubs soap in his eyes on purpose.
Why?
So he can cry like Johnny Red.
You do that with soap, huh? I've tried everything. I couldn't get it.
Bing, stay as sweet as you are.
Thank you. And the same to you.
Bing, you've just got to talk Bogey out of this idea that he's a singer. Here he comes now.
Oh, yes, folks, here's Humphrey Bogart.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, baby.
Hello, baby.
Hi, Bogey.
Oh, here, boy. Hold my music.
What are you singing, John Peel or something? Hold your music. What for?
What for,
Yes.
he says. What for? What's the matter, Crosby? You afraid of a little new blood?
Oh, did you get some new blood?
You know what I mean.
I was just asking. I thought I might get some for myself.
Well, don't tell me your troubles.
Bogey, why don't you just be your sweet, charming self and forget about being a singer?
Yeah, but I just started.
Let me tell you something, Bogey. It just could be, that you're a little too old to start singing.
It just could be that you're old enough to stop singing.
Say, you know something? You could be a reconditioned singer. I see a lot of them advertised on television with new bobbins and everything. Your whole...
He needs more than bobbins.
Hey, what is this? My own wife.
Now, let's get this straight once and for all. Bing is my favorite singer, and you're my favorite husband.
You're still playing his record of Mule Train. Even the mules gave up on that.
Well, I'm not giving up.
Yeah? Let me tell you something. Arthur Godfrey wants me on his Talent Scouts program. But I can't get anyone to be my Talent Scout.
Why don't you try the Boy Scouts of America? They're cooperative.
Your display of jealousy is boring me. Pardon me while I spray my throat.
Oh, get this. He's got an atomizer yet.
Yeah, not bad.
It's a good spray, huh?
It ought to be. That's the only atomizer I ever saw with an olive in it.
Oh, man. How I wished I had a spray like that when I was singing at the Coconut Grove in the old days, huh?
Oh, didn't you?
That's what I hear.
You know, Bing, show business is funny. When I was a guest on your program before, I thought it was going to be just another radio guest shot. But I sang, and suddenly it hit me. Singing is my racket. It opened up an entire new field for me.
I understand you're not bad out in the field, is it? You know, I think it's hardly fair to your public or to your admirers to just stand here and talk about your singing. I think it'd be very nice if you're serious about it, just sing a number for the folks. Sing it right now.
Well, I'd be very happy to.
Bing, how could you?
Well, I'm getting tired. I want to get off my feet for a minute.
What'll I sing, baby? Tulips and Heather, that song Perry Como does so well?
Why don't you sing that corny little sea chanty that you know so well?
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, for my first selection, I will sing The Bold Fisherman, a bright yet compelling song of the sea. Bold fisherman set sail from off Billingsgate to catch the bold piggy and the gay mackerel. But when he got off Pimlico, the winds did begin to blow, and the little boat wibble-wobbled so that overboard went he, singing, wink-a-deedle-down, wink-a-deedle-dee, was a highly interesting song that he sung. Wink-a-deedle-down, wink-a-deedle-dee, bold fisherman. Wink-a-deedle-down, wink-a-deedle-dee, was the highly interesting song that he sung. Twinkle-deedle-dum, twinkle-deedle-dee, bold
Oh, that was terrific, Bogey. Great.
Bing, think what you're
I'm
doing.
not kidding, baby. His voice grows on a fella.
Like a vine.
It's a little creepy.
Never mind my singing. Let's talk about the African Queen for a while.
Bogey, it's no trouble at all to talk about the African Queen because it's a wonderful picture, great color. You and Katharine Hepburn, I understand, are up for Academy Awards as a result of this picture.
Well, I hope Hepburn wins an Oscar. I sent her a little mahogany shelf to put it on.
Well, that was a very, very nice gesture. Very nice of you to send her the shelf.
Well, he bought two.
Well, I got mine to put my metronome on.
Twinkie-deedle-dee. Say, you know, there was one scene in The African Queen that really killed me. The scene where you had the whips and jingles, you know, the hangover?
Mm-hmm.
And Hepburn took all your gin and poured it in the river. You just slumped to the deck of the boat and you did nothing about it.
That, I believe, was the greatest test of my acting career.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to present a radio version of The African Queen. Miss Lorraine Bacall will play the part of Rose Sayer. The prim English lady is portrayed on the screen by Miss Katharine Hepburn. I will play the part of Charlie Allnut, the rough riverboat captain, trader, and jack of all trades.
May I ask a question?
Shoot.
I'd like to shoot, but I'll just ask the question. What part do I play in this impending clam bake?
We have made elaborate plans for you, Bogey. We've got that all straightened out. You're going to narrate the story.
We straightened it out.
Mm-hmm, baby and me.
And Bogey makes 3.
That's right.
Okay, I'll narrate it, but watch out.
We can take it. You just go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now present a radio version of The African Queen. The part of the girl in the picture was played by Miss Katharine Hepburn, one of our foremost actresses. Tonight, it will be played by Miss Lorraine Bacall, a housewife.
Wait till we get home.
In the picture, the part of the man was played by Mr. Humphrey Bogart, who is famous for his dramatic roles. Tonight, it will be played by Mr. Bing Crosby, a cigarette salesman. This cannot possibly help the picture.
Now, don't make speeches. Come on.
The play which we now present deals with the perilous journey of a man and a woman cruising down the treacherous Ulanga River in Africa in a 30-foot launch to sink the German gunboat Königin Luisa.
Only tonight we're not going to sink the German gunboat.
Now, what are you going to sink?
We're going to sink the shrimp boats.
Well, I can't knock that. We now take you to Africa. Theme music, please. As our play opens, we find Mr. Crosby and Miss Bacall sitting on Mr. Crosby's launch discussing their perilous trip down the river.
I don't care if you want to sink the shrimp boats or not, ma'am. I've been thinking it over, and it's impossible. This is a treacherous, winding, tricky river full of rocks and rapids and cataracts and waterfalls. We'd never make it down to the lake. Why, this little boat would be dashed to pieces before we knew it. I'd like to help you, ma'am, but what you ask is out of the question. It'd be plain suicide to attempt this journey, so forget about sinking them shrimp boats. We're not even going to try it.
Oh, come on, baby. Do it for me.
Okay, here we go.
And thus, with that hokey beginning, commences the journey.
Huh?
Hey, wait till you get there.
We made it.
We made it.
Hey, break it up, break it up.
Well, what's the matter, baby?
This is a river in Africa, not the tunnel of love.
This man has an appalling lack of dramatic appreciation. Hear that, ma'am? You hear it? Hear them savages singing on them shrimp boats?
It's blood-curdling.
Ma'am, I'll just take this old oxygen cylinder here and make a torpedo. Let's see now. How did old Bogey do that in the picture?
Hey, look out for that stuff.
I know what I'm doing. I'll just put this detonator on here and I'll tap the top on. It's not going on.
Oh, tap it a little harder.
Harder?
Thus endeth this version of The African Queen.
the sound man's got the bends. Take him out. We're not through with this thing yet.
What do you mean?
Well, baby and I haven't sung our song yet. We're going to do a duet in this case, weren't we?
Yeah, let's do it now, Bing.
Certainly. The duet was the punch to the whole darn sketch. You're trying to blow it.
It's a nice old number. I don't know why.
And you're singing it with a nice old number, too.
You're nice yourself. Let's go, then. I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do.
I don't know why you thrill me like you do. I don't know why you just do.
You never seem to want my romancing.
The only time you hold me is when we're dancing.
I don't know why I love you like I do.
I don't know why I just do. I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do.
I don't know why you thrill me like you do. I don't know why, but you do.
You never seem to want my romancing.
Why, the only time you hold me is when we're dancing.
I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do.
The mask is off. Yes, the mask is off in cigarette advertising. Chesterfield is the first to name all its ingredients.
And Chesterfield gives you every advantage known to modern science, supervised by experts in the most modern research laboratories. And Chesterfields are made by experts in the most modern cigarette factories. Outside independent consultants include scientists from leading universities.
For you, this means that Chesterfields are much milder with an extraordinarily good taste. And no unpleasant aftertaste, all for your smoking pleasure and protection. Sound off for Chesterfields and do it today. Much milder with a better taste and no unpleasant aftertaste. Chesterfield's the one to buy. Millions say they satisfy. Sound off for Chesterfield. Sound off for Chesterfield. Try a pack of Chesterfields and do it today. Which seems destined to emerge the 1951-52 season as the outstanding ballad. Talk to her, please, Mr. Sun. Speak to her, Mr. Rainbow. And take her under your branches, Mr. Tree. Whisper to her, Mr. Wind. Sing to her, Mr. Robin. And Mrs. Moonlight, put in a word for me. Tell her how I feel. It shouldn't end this way. Since you are all her friends, she'll listen to whatever you have to say. Babble to her, Mr. Brooks. Kiss her for me, Miss Raindrop. And watch to see they all do. Please, Mr. Sun.
Surprise, I would like to present a young lady to you, Miss Loretta North of Sydney, Australia. Miss North has been brought over here by 20th Century Fox in the interest of their picture titled Kangaroo. Would you take a bow? Here's Miss North right here.
Thank you.
Loretta, I understand that you were selected from among 80,000 girls in Australia in the Miss Kangaroo contest there. Is that right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And Bing, I'd like to present you with this scroll from the Youth Association from Australia.
Hey, this is quite an unusual item. The Youth Association of Australia has only representatives.
More than 500,000 members of the Australian Youth Association have selected you as our favorite singer.
Well, thank you.
You see, baby, in order to get anywhere, you have to be a singer.
And Mr. Crosby, here's something else for you.
There's more?
Yes,
what?
a real live baby kangaroo from Australia.
No, wait a minute. Say, isn't he a cute little fellow? Get him on here.
Gee, I'd like to have a kangaroo.
You're a panda man, remember?
Hey, isn't this something? This sure be a hit around the house. Well, Loretta, I want to thank you very, very much. This is a wonderful thing. I appreciate it. And thanks also to my friends in Australia. And Bogey, baby, what do you say we ankle over to the Brown Derby, huh?
Oh, what for?
Well, your atomizer's empty, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, so it is. Well, let's go, Bing.
Okay.
Who's going to be with you next week?
Well, next week, Lauren, we broadcast from Palm Springs, California. Our guest is going to be Mr. Jimmy Stewart. See you next week, then, folks. And meanwhile, remember, Chesterfields are much milder with an extraordinarily good taste. And from the report of a well-known research organization, Chesterfield leaves no unpleasant aftertaste. They satisfy millions. Good night, folks, and thank you very, very much.
The Bing Crosby Show, presented by Chesterfield, was produced and transcribed in Hollywood by Bill Morrow and Murdo MacKenzie. Tune in next week and hear Bing and his guest, Jimmy Stewart. Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall can be heard weekly in their own radio program, The Bold Venture.